Good evening, and welcome to Michigan Lawyers Weekly's third annual Hall of Fame award ceremony. We are thrilled to have you join us for tonight's Recognition Awards program. During our program, we'll be honoring esteemed members of the legal profession who have been in practice for at least 30 years or have reached the age of 60 or older. We are excited and encourage all of you to celebrate with your fellow attendees as we recognize each of these special award recipients. We are ready to begin and hope you enjoy the program from the comforts of your homes and offices. And now, please give a warm virtual welcome as we introduce your host, Charlene Boccaccio, Associate Publisher of Michigan Lawyers Weekly.
Last year, we hosted this event for the first time in an online format. But while it feels as if we can now see the light at the end of the tunnel, it is unfortunately just not safe yet for us to celebrate in person. So we have upped our game, adding some new elements that you will see later in the program. I encourage you to share your comments and congratulations via the YouTube chat and join us on social media at #MILW events to cheer on your colleagues.
I want to offer a big thank you to all of our VIP watch party sponsors and celebration sponsor. Christensen Law, Dickinson Wright, Dykema Gossett, Goodman Acker, Gruel Mills, Jaffe Raitt Hewer and Weiss, Plunkett Cooney, Varnum, Warner Norcross, and Judd, Foley and Mansfield, Western Michigan University Cooley Law School.
We have 4 very special presenters joining us for the program, all of whom are former honorees of Michigan Lawyers Weekly. Callie Newman of the Newman Law Group is a member of the 2020 class of Women in the Law. Beth Rivers of Pitt McGee, Palmer, Bonani, and Rivers is a 2013 Women in the Law class and a 2020 Leader in the Law. Judge Victoria Roberts of the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan is a 2013 Women of the Law honoree and our 2013 Woman of the Year.
Jonathan Schwartz of Jaffe Raitt Hewer and Weiss is a member of the 2015 class of up-and-coming lawyers. I would like to present a montage of the 2021 Hall of Fame honorees, which will give you a chance to meet some of them. We asked their thoughts on 2 questions. The first question is, tell us about your most unusual client.
My most unusual client, and one of the best, is the Detroit Zoo and its terrific team with CEO Ron Kagan and COO Jerry Van Acker. What makes them so unusual and what makes the Detroit Zoo so unusual is that it's a nonprofit organization with the spirit of an entrepreneur.
When I represented the State Bar of Michigan in advocating before the Michigan Supreme Court a change in the Code of Judicial Conduct that would apply to the justices themselves, it was not a most comfortable engagement and challenging at best.
But one that comes to mind is an entrepreneur that I represented, a successful businessman who was in a business dispute with one of his former business partners, and he didn't use email, and he didn't like to even talk on the phone. And so basically it required every communication with him to be by overnight mail.
I represented the Department of Natural Resources when I was Attorney General because I got involved in all kinds of environmental litigation and cases, and it was a great experience for me. And also because of diversity and differences of personalities and the people that work for the DNR and how they approach their responsibilities.
I once represented an old timer who didn't believe in banks, didn't think much of attorneys, and therefore he took $120,000 of cash, put it in a safe, told his neighbor that when he died to distribute the cash to 12 friends and family members. The neighbor did this, which created a whole host of legal issues.
The warmest experience I've had was with a special education teacher who experienced a horrific accident when she was rear-ended by a drunk semi-driver. 3 months later, my client was back to work in her special ed classroom in a wheelchair because she wanted to show her students that there's nothing that can stand in their way.
My most unusual case involved a Canadian citizen who was living in Brazil. He couldn't get his Canadian passport renewed because there was a hold on it placed by U.S. Customs. That case took me all around this country, to Canada, and even to Brazil for a series of depositions. That was my most unusual case.
My most unusual client was a doctor. The fact that he was a doctor was not what was unusual. What was unusual was that he, as well as a nurse who accused him of sexual harassment, were both bipolar. Sometimes both were in manic episodes, sometimes both were in depressive episodes, and sometimes their emotional episodes were not aligned.
My most interesting client was the state of Michigan. I was in public service for 33 years. Where else could a young attorney end up handling some of the first environmental prosecutions in this state? And then a few years later end up handling the first 2 serial killers in this county.
My most unusual client is a gentleman that I met as a young man. We both had heard of one another, and we met in a bar. At the end of the evening, he wrote me a check to retain me. Neither one of us remembered it. And from then developed a very close personal and business relationship.
I do recall one student who would spend time during the summer hauling a rickshaw around a Michigan resort town to make a little tuition money.
Another great client result came during a grueling trial. A surveillance video that had previously appeared innocuous became the proverbial, quote, smoking gun that saved the case. It depicted evidence directly contradicting unexpected and exaggerated testimony by the plaintiff from the stand. Talk about a Perry Mason, or for the younger crowd, a Matlock moment. It surely was.
And who had very somewhat unique business skills in that he was known to come back from a restaurant business meeting and have the details of the meeting on a napkin. And the deal was memorialized, really notes on a napkin.
This is a 1 in a million situation. 40 years ago, an older black man came to see me to handle a Social Security disability case for him. Problem was, he wasn't disabled. He told me that he wasn't, and I told him he wouldn't qualify. I said, well, why are you asking for Social Security disability? He said, Mr. Atchell, look at me. I'm an old black man who's unemployed, and I have a claw for a left hand. I said, but that's not enough. He said, well, please handle the case. So I agreed to take it. We go to the hearing, and we go into the room, and the judge, who's from Louisiana, a Southerner, and I thought maybe he was prejudiced, he looks at my client, and he has a claw for a left hand. And he said, before my client even sat down, where'd that happen? The war. The judge said, me too. What branch? The Army. The judge said, me too. He said, what battle? The Battle of the Bulge. Yeah, me too. Come on, sit down. He asked him one question. Are you disabled? Yes. Okay, you're gonna have a decision in 2 days.
And now I'm going to turn the virtual program over to our first presenter, Judge Victoria Roberts.
Thank you, Charlene. In 1974, Ronald Atchell co-founded Cummings, McClory, Davis, and Atchell. The firm now has 7 offices in 4 states. Atchell, whose clients range from Fortune 500 companies to one-person businesses, focuses his practice on labor and employment law, business law, utility law, municipal law, and complex litigation matters. Over his career, he has tried more than 200 litigation disputes across 13 states and lost just 7 times. He says that in the next act of his life, he plans to continue helping those in need, both professionally and personally. Congratulations to Ronald Atcho. Peter Alter of Jaffe, Raitt, Hewer, and Wise is known in the legal community as a fearless and accomplished trial attorney. His practice specializes in high-value, complex commercial issues, including real estate, banking, restructuring, partnership, insurance, contract, business tort, and minority oppression litigation. A former president of the Oakland County Bar Association, Peter is also active in the community. He says that for the next act in his life, he'd like to do more to help children become better readers. If you can read, you can do anything, says Peter. Congratulations to Peter Alter.
Peter Alter, Mike Jacobson, congratulations on being selected to the 2021 Michigan Lawyers Weekly Hall of Fame. It is a well-deserved honor. I can't begin to tell you what a great lawyer you are, but even more important, a great person, a great friend, and a great mentor. Your career is something that all lawyers, especially litigators, should emulate. Again, congratulations, well-deserved honor, and look forward to many more years of partnership.
Thomas Beam is the managing partner at Brule Mills, a skilled and sought-after attorney and mediator. He has been a key member of the plaintiffs' steering committee representing women in the second wave of the Dr. Larry Nassar sexual abuse litigation. He says that over the years, he has had the privilege of representing hundreds of plaintiffs who have suffered significant injuries. Their friendship and gratitude has greatly enriched my life, he says. Outside of work, Beam gives back to the community by serving on the boards of several organizations and nonprofit agencies. Congratulations to Thomas Beam.
Congratulations, Tom. Congratulations, Tom. Congratulations, Tom. Congratulations, well deserved.
Good job.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
Tommy, congratulations. Glad to call you my partner for more than 35 years.
Congratulations, Tom.
Congratulations, Tom. Well done, Thomas.
Stephen Chester is of counsel at Miller, Canfield, Paddock, and Stone. A longtime leader in energy and environmental law, he has spent the majority of his career in public service at every level of government, including 6 years as director of the state's Department of Environmental Quality. In that role, he was instrumental in developing what came to be known as the Water Legacy Act, which continues to provide a framework for protecting Michigan's water quantity and quality. What's something you didn't know about Stephen? He owns several shares in a thoroughbred racehorse. Congratulations to Stephen Chester. David Christensen is the founder of Christensen Law, where he focuses his practice on personal injury law. He has played a pivotal role in shaping traumatic brain injury litigation and is responsible for several record-setting verdicts in personal injury cases, including a $17.8 million traffic accident injury verdict that at one point was the largest in the state. Outside of the office, David has worked on the reform of the civil discovery court rules and previously served for 2 years as the chairperson of the board of HelpSource, Washtenaw County's largest social service agency. Congratulations to David Christensen.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am pleased to welcome our next presenter, Beth Rivers, to the virtual podium.
Thank you, Judge Roberts. For more than 4 decades, Susan Cook of Warner Norcross and Judd has been a leader in the area of bankruptcy and business reorganization. Although her experience covers a wide range of industries, she has been involved in all of the major automotive bankruptcy proceedings over the last 15 years. She says that what she has found to be most rewarding throughout her career is the ability to help troubled companies restructure, maintain their businesses, and retain their employees. What's something you probably didn't know about her? She's been certified as a scuba diver for more than 30 years. Congratulations to Susan Cook.
Sue, while I admire the lawyer that you are and your intellect and your work ethic and your passion, I admire you for who you are even more. You're kind and you genuinely care about the people around you. You have a fantastic sense of humor and an infectious laugh. You're a trusted and valued friend and partner. I offer my sincerest congratulations on your induction into the Michigan Lawyers Weekly Hall of Fame. I can't think of anyone more deserving. Congratulations.
Sue's expertise as a lawyer is really only a very small part of what makes her extraordinary. There are very few practitioners who care so deeply about their clients. This is evidenced by the fact that many of her clients have remained friends over the past 40 years. I'm truly delighted that you're receiving this award, Sue, and I couldn't be more proud to call you my friend and partner for the past 40 years. Congratulations to you and to all of the recipients of this award tonight. Thank you.
William Dunn is of counsel at Clark Hill, where he has spent his entire 56-year career. His practice spans a broad spectrum of real estate and commercial transactions for private and public entities, including his service as a special real estate counsel to the city of Detroit in the late 1990s and early 2000s. He's extremely active in bar organizations and has served as president of the American College of Real Estate Attorneys and chaired a range of ABA committees. What's his guilty pleasure? Riding on a cross-country train, staring out the window. Congratulations to William Dunn. Barry Goodman is a founding partner of Goodman Acker, a firm focused on personal injury work. He is deeply involved in politics and has served as finance chair for the campaigns of many political figures, including Governor Gretchen Whitmer and President Joe Biden. He regards his greatest professional accomplishments as serving as president of the Michigan Association of Justice and chairing the negligence section of the Michigan State Bar. What would he do if he couldn't be a lawyer? Stand-up comedy. Congratulations to Barry Goodman.
Evening, everybody. On behalf of all of the family at Goodman Acker, we want to take a moment to congratulate Barry Goodman on his election to the Michigan Lawyers Weekly Hall of Fame. Barry has been my friend for 40 years and my partner for almost 30 years. And he has been one of the finest lawyers that I've ever had the pleasure of practicing with. He has been tough, he has been aggressive, and he has been kind to his clients. And in addition, Barry's been a great dad to Noah and Jacob and Aaron and Rebecca. He is a par excellence dad. So on behalf of all of us, we congratulate him and we wish him another 40 years of practicing law and representing the folks as he does so well. Take care, everybody, and congratulations on your elections as well.
James J. Harrington III is the founder and managing member of Harrington Law and the giant in the field of family law. He says his proudest professional accomplishment is following in the footsteps of his mentor, Blaine B. Johnson Jr., and presenting on family law at the annual Upper Michigan Legal Institute for over a decade. A fellow in the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers, his favorite getaway is at the far north end of Burke Lake in northern Michigan. There is no finer spot on the planet to watch a spectacular sunset, he says. Congratulations to James Harrington. Harvey Heller is the managing director at Madden, Hauser, Roth, and Heller, where he built the firm's defense practice and insurance coverage group from the ground up. He also developed the firm's result-focused case management system, an 8-step process for delivering the best possible results for each client. What's something you don't know about him? He and his wife have been collecting vintage metal lunchboxes since 1992. They now have approximately 110 of them in their kitchen, dating from 1946 to 1969. Congratulations to Harvey Heller. Charlene, the podium is yours.
I am now pleased to introduce our keynote speaker, Norman Tucker. Norman is of counsel at Summers Schwartz, a member of our 2011 Leaders in the Law class, and an honoree at our 2019 Hall of Fame.
Hello, my name is Norm Tucker, and I've been asked to do a short introduction, so I will try to keep it brief. First, congratulations to this year's Hall of Fame recipients. To each and all of you, it's well deserved. And thanks to Michigan Lawyers Weekly for continuing this ceremony during one of the most difficult times in most of our careers. Zooming this gathering is not nearly as enjoyable as the large lunches and great food and being able to connect with people, but it is essential that these awards and ceremonies continue. Recognition of attorneys' contributions and from the right organization, in my opinion, is fundamental to the continuing improvement of our profession and its members. One might ask, logically, why is this recognition award so important and from the right organization? Answer, simple, it's human nature. In our digital age, at least I'm undated with awards from organizations I don't know, nor do they know me. Most of these are by email. The suspicion is that they may have a financial motive. It's different when the award comes from the state bar, one of the bar sections, or from our primary source of legal news, Michigan Lawyers Weekly. It's basic to human nature that recognition from those we know inspires us to be better. A brief analogy to make my point. And to put this in perspective. As children, good behavior is rewarded and recognized with treats. In school, study hard, get good grades, and you're recognized and rewarded by being able to do more things with your friends. As adults, we work hard, are productive, and we're recognized and rewarded with raises and promotions. As attorneys, recognition from those we know inspires us to do more of the same and to be better. Compliments from strangers are soon forgotten. And one example to make the point of my analogy previously, to use a child analogy. If a stranger gives a child a piece of candy and pats them on the head and says, "You're a good kid," that child temporarily enjoys the treat, but soon forgets the compliment. That person does not know them, nor are they part of their lives. It's much like getting, I guess, an award by email from people we don't know. There's no comparison between recognition coming from our peers versus strangers. But for all of you today, this recognition is from your peer family of Michigan lawyers. So to all of you, great work, congratulations, and to Michigan Lawyers Weekly, thanks for your continued efforts in continuing these ceremonies. It's a win-win for everyone. My final request is only that if we are able to have next year's ceremony in person, that all of you be called and personally recognized at that time. In the meantime, stay safe, keep up the good work, and hopefully we'll all be together again next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Norman, for being an important part of this Recognition Awards program. To resume our presentation, please welcome Kelly Newman.
Thank you, Charlene. The Honorable Peter Houck. He's currently partner at Fraser, Treblecock, Davis, and Dunlap, but he spent nearly 30 years in public service as an Assistant Attorney General, City Attorney for Lansing, Ingham County Prosecutor, and Ingham County Circuit Court Judge. For 10 years, he served as the Circuit Court's Chief Judge. He considers one of his proudest professional accomplishments to have been spearheading the construction of the Veterans Memorial Courthouse in the Lansing area in his last term as Chief Judge. What is his guilty pleasure? Cycling. Congratulations to Judge Peter Houck. Timothy Howlett of Dickinson Wright has been a leader in the representation of employers on workplace issues for more than 4 decades. Back in 2018, he received the State Bar of Michigan's Labor and Employment Law Section's Distinguished Service Award. He says he was privileged to chair his firm's associate committees for 15 years, which allowed him to mentor both new lawyers and more senior associates. What's one thing you do not know about him? He has a 3-page handwritten letter from Joe Namath that he received in high school. Congratulations to Timothy Howlett. Peter Kellett is the chairman emeritus at Dykema Gossett. He served as chairman for 3 terms, the maximum allowed by the firm, and spearheaded diversity and inclusion efforts while guiding the firm through expansion, integrations, and the COVID-19 pandemic. His first job was caddying at a private golf club at the age of 13. I learned that the game of golf often tells you a lot, both good and bad, about a person's character, he says. What would he do if he hadn't decided to be a lawyer? Pursue a career in medicine. Congratulations to Peter Kellett.
Congratulations on this tremendous honor, well deserved. For those of us that have worked with you and known you for your entire career, which now is coming on 40 years, we've always known you to be a Hall of Famer, and now the rest of the world knows it too, and are in agreement with us. Congratulations, my friend. Good luck, and hope to celebrate in person sometime this summer.
Peter, congratulations on your selection to the Michigan Lawyers Weekly Hall of Fame. Well-deserved honor for a well-deserved and auspicious career.
Joseph Kimball is a distinguished professor emeritus at WMU Cooley Law School. He has devoted his 30-year career fostering plain writing through his work on the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, Evidence, and Bankruptcy Procedure as the author of the Plain Language column and 3 books as law professor. It's a challenge, he says, trying to convince lawyers that writing plainly is best for everyone and that the legal S is not required for accuracy or precision. What's something you didn't know about him? He has a large collection of blues and rock art, much of which is hanging at WMU Cooley. Congratulations to Joseph Kimball. Randall Craker is counsel at Varnum, where he has worked for more than 44 years. With a practice focused on government, finance, and real estate development, he has served for decades as a city attorney for Granville and Belding, with the representation of several other cities and townships also under his belt. He says his greatest professional accomplishment was working with the leaders of a longtime client, the city of Granville, to enable the construction of the largest retail mall in West Michigan. What is his guilty pleasure? Chocolate. Congratulations to Randall Craker.
Randy, it's been a real honor being your partner and working together the last 40 years on numerous challenging but fun projects. One stands out to me, it's the Canal Street widening. After prevailing on the highway by user issue all the way up to the Supreme Court, you arranged to have the property owners pay a portion of the project cost through special assessment, and you prevailed on that all the way up to the Supreme Court. Thanks for bringing me along for the ride. I appreciate your mentorship, and congratulations on your induction.
Congratulations, Randy, on your induction to the Michigan Lawyers Weekly Hall of Fame Class of 2021. You truly deserve it. You contributed so much in making Michigan a better place to live. and it was an honor working with you for 30 years. Congratulations again, Randy.
Congratulations, Randy. I can't tell you how proud I am to learn that you've won this award. I've enjoyed being your partner for 5 years and your friend for 30. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Randy, on your selection to the Lawyer Hall of Fame. A wonderful reflection of your excellence as a lawyer, your creativity and dedication to clients, and your collegiality to those of us who worked with you. Congratulations, Randy.
Congratulations, Randy. You have had a distinguished legal career and have earned the award that you are receiving.
Please welcome our final presenter, Jonathan Swartz, to the virtual podium.
Thank you, Kelly. Mark Crater is a shareholder at Christ, Enderle, Hudgens, and Borsos. Over the course of a 38-year career, he has closed more than $200 million in business transactions, and his trial record is impressive. While he lost his first jury trial in 1986, he hasn't lost one of his more than 20 trials since. He believes one of the most gratifying activities in practicing law is the opportunity to mentor new attorneys. As senior attorneys, it is our responsibility to pass along our experience and knowledge to the next generation of lawyers, he says. Congratulations to Mark Crater. Laurel McGifford of Plunkett Cooney is the firm's first African-American female partner, the first African-American female member of the board of directors, and the first director of diversity and inclusion. She is a senior trial attorney who concentrates her practice in the areas of medical liability, labor and employment law, municipal law, civil rights, and general litigation. A longtime mentor of new attorneys, she says one of her proudest professional accomplishments was receiving the Michigan Association of Justices Respected Advocate Award in 2012. Congratulations to Laurel McGifford. Patricia Nemeth of Nemeth Law is a force in management and labor side employment law. Now of counsel at the firm, which she founded back in 1992, she's the 2020 recipient of the Michigan Defense Trial Council Excellence in Defense Award and a fellow of the College of Labor and Employment Lawyers. She says the biggest challenge she faced was early in her career when she was not taken seriously by prospective employers, opposing counsel, and judges. But she turned it into an opportunity because people were more likely to underestimate me and my abilities to their detriment. Congratulations to Patricia Nemeth. Lawrence Scott is a shareholder and member of the board of directors of O'Reilly Rancilio. He has been a go-to attorney for commercial litigation for more than 40 years. In a testament to his skills, he was tapped by the Wayne County Circuit Court to represent them in a dispute with the county over court funding. What's something you may not know about him? He was a founding member of the Water Warriors, who raise money for the Special Olympics by riding jet skis every year along the coast of Michigan from Algonac to Mackinac. Congratulations to Lawrence Scott. Deborah Walling has been the corporation counsel of the city of Dearborn for 31 years. The first woman elected president of the Michigan Association of Municipal Attorneys, she also served a term on the State Bar Board of Commissioners. She says one of her proudest professional accomplishments is her success in retaining attorneys and staff dedicated to providing the highest level of legal services to everyone who lives and works in Dearborn. What's one thing you didn't know about her? She attended the FBI Academy for Legal Advisors in Quantico. Congratulations to Deborah Walling. Currently a shareholder at Butzel Long, the Honorable Curtis Wilder served as a 112th Justice of the Michigan Supreme Court and is one of only 5 jurists to serve at all 3 levels of the state's court system since 1963. He says philanthropic work has been a key emphasis in both his career and his life, and credits his parents for being role models in that regard. What's one of his favorite getaways? The Ojai Music Festival, an annual classical musical festival in Ojai, California. Congratulations to Justice Curtis Wilder.
And here is another montage of our 2021 Hall of Fame honorees answering our second question. What is the most important skill you've picked up over the years?
I believe the most important skill that I picked up and the most important skill for any lawyer is to listen. Listen to the client, ask questions, develop a rapport with that client, so that they are comfortable with you.
I think I'm reasonably successful in being able to pursue the implications of any obvious answer and quick solution to a problem.
Be responsive when it comes to communicating with your clients. The adage, don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today, really applies.
When a client calls you or emails you, you better be responding as quickly as you can. Don't postpone a response.
One of the most important skills I've learned as an attorney is to take a complicated situation, break it down, and explain it in a simple and reasonable way.
It's called diplomacy, whether with defense counsel, adjusters, judges, medical providers, and most importantly, your client.
When I started practicing law, I had tremendous stage fright. I could not speak in public without my voice getting nervous and quaking and completely just folding up, unable to communicate. I had to learn how to speak in public. I had to learn how to beat stage fright, which I did.
The most important skill I've learned over the years clearly has to do with litigation skills. And clearly I focus on being an effective cross-examiner. I believe you can only get that skill and hone that skill by doing.
Becoming a better listener is a skill I've worked on over the years, and the work continues. I think I could be a more empathetic listener, so that's what I'm working on now.
Sitting on the bench teaches you you don't know everything on the first day, and it's important to listen to the attorneys. So I would say patience and listening are the two skills I learned.
Lawyers, particularly litigators, like to talk, but I think you can get a lot further ahead by simply listening, at least at the outset.
The most important skill that I've picked up and learned over the years is how important it is to be a good writer. Actually, a really good writer. Not to take any shortcuts, to take all the time that's needed, not to try to cut corners. Because if you try to cut corners, it's going to come back and bite you.
One of the most important skills I've learned in becoming a successful trial lawyer is to maintain good communication with your clients and your colleagues. The best trial lawyers are good communicators.
The most important skill I've developed over the years as a trial attorney is the ability to see all sides of a situation.
I believe that I can read people, including their eyes, especially in depositions. After you've done so many, you can sense quite easily whether people are telling you the truth or not.
The amazing thing is you keep learning, even after all these years. Whatever your life's work is, you have to keep at it.
Treating fellow members of the bar with respect was a very important skill, culture to maintain, and it paid dividends in the long run.
I want to offer a big thank you to all of our VIP Watch Party sponsors and celebration sponsor. Christensen Law, Dickinson Wright, Dykema Gossett, Goodman Acker, Gruel Mills, Jaffe Raitt, Hewer and Weiss, Plunkett Cooney, Varnum, Warner Norcross, and Judd, Foley and Mansfield, Western Michigan University Cooley Law School.
Thank you to all of tonight's guests who interacted with us through social media. It was wonderful to see your comments and congratulations. Thank you to the entire Michigan legal community for your support. Stay well and good night.